Coach, so tomorrow starts another kind of crazy road trip where you've got 6 out of 7 at home. Now, you don't play any back-to-back, so that helps. So you've got a day in between all these games. But you start out in Arizona. Arizona's, I think they've lost 9 of 10. What's it like playing in Arizona? Is that kind of a dead arena, or do they bring the fans usually?
I'm gonna let you know because it's our first time going there.
Yeah, at Mullet Arena.
Okay.
This is the one where they're playing in the college rink, and it's I don't know what the attendance is, 5,000 or 6,000.
Well, that'll probably be pretty raucous, though.
Well, capacity's 5K. They're not even filling up the building.
They're not.
Capacity's 5K, and I think their average attendance is like 4,600.
I can't imagine there's a lot of NHL fans in Phoenix.
Yeah, I think there is, to be honest with you. I mean, they've had crowds before. I think a lot of people retire to the Arizona area and have retired there just because of the weather. And so they're kind of like Florida. There's a lot of hockey fans in Florida, or there's a lot of hockey fans in Dallas. They are there. Obviously, I think that the fans in general, right, your buildings fill up more when your team is up at the top, and they're going through a stage right now where they're trying to get draft picks and young players and build that team. But that being said, we already lost to them once this year. I mean, anybody beats anybody,
right?
And so it'll be we're going to have to be ready to play, and I'm excited to go in there. 4,600 people in a 5,000 seat arena.
That's
still
crazy.
going to be pretty cool. So I haven't experienced it yet, but the road has been okay for us recently. We had one blip in Philadelphia, but we've been pretty good on the road, and we've got to get back out there and just keep winning hockey games, pushing up the standings.
So, Coach, with a barn that only holds 5K, that's going to be like your players going back to their juniors days, right? Like
junior in college.
That's crazy.
Yeah, junior college. It's loud. Like you get into I've been in small buildings before, and when you fill it up, sometimes the roof's lower, and it can get loud in there, and it can be pretty crazy. So, again, I haven't experienced this one, but I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah, you make a good point, Coach. You've won 9 of your last 10 on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's been good. So we weren't this team's been a good road team. I think it's got to just be because it's a veteran team that's been together, home or road, it doesn't matter. They seem to enjoy, getting on the road and playing hockey games. And if you remember at the beginning of the year, it wasn't starting well. I can't remember the record. It was 2-7-1, and so what had been good for a while, and the previous 2 years that I had been here, the road record, I think maybe for the first 2 years I was here, was the best road record in the NHL. We started the road poorly, and so it's nice to have straightened that out, because you definitely have to have you're supposed to have a good record at home, better than 500, and be winning your home games. But oftentimes the difference of the playoffs is making sure that you're winning on the road as well.
Talking to Coach Peter Laviolette of your Washington Capitals, kind of off the beaten path question here. We've been talking a lot about the Commanders and the ownership situation, the coach. And I know in the NFL, coaches oftentimes talk to their owners before an off season and during the regular season after every game. I have no idea. In the NHL, how often do you communicate with Ted?
I see Ted once in a while. My communications usually run through Brian. Brian and I speak on a daily basis every day. So my communication runs through my general manager, and I think that's typically how it is on almost all NHL teams. I can't speak, but in my experiences in the past, it's been from a coaching standpoint, your coach communicates with the general manager. That's not to say that I haven't seen Ted. I have, or that I haven't seen owners in the past on different organizations. I have, but my daily meetings and conversations in hockey, I believe, run through the general manager.
Hey, Coach, I asked Lars last week, and it was maybe a little bit more appropriate just on the heels of, I think, Ovi had gone through a real heater, right? He had another hat trick, had scored a bunch of goals, whatever. Maybe it had been a little quieter than this past week or so. But, obviously, icon of the game. And I asked Lars, you ever yell at him? Like, what's it? Like, you ever say, hey, I was open, or you got to hustle more there, or get back, or whatever. And he started laughing about it. And he said, he doesn't actually. The Russian guys all yell at each other. What about you? How do you coach an icon like do you ever just like really get into it and light Ovi up? Because he seems to be so sort of driven, loves the game. I mean, it might be hard to do. I don't know.
I yell sometimes, like I yell once in a while. Like if we're not playing well, like he's the captain of the team too, right? He's the guy who sets the example, and I think he does an unbelievable job with that.
Right.
But sometimes I'm frustrated and I'll yell. Sometimes he yells. He's a yeller.
Yeah.
But what I found about Alex, because he's a big player. Like you said, he's a star. There's a chance that he could finish number one overall.
Right.
And so there's things that have to be fixed inside the game. I found Alex to be really coachable, like to bring him in and to talk about something, talk about the lineup, talk about his game, talk about this, what I'm seeing here, and what can we do to fix this, or show him, something where he's been really good, or I think he's really coachable, and he brings energy. Almost every, like you said the other night in Long Island, like we were flat, and so if we did kind of in the locker room, you want more and you get fired up and animated. Here's a guy that goes out and responds, and I think that's one of his strengths, is that he recognizes it too, and he realizes he can change the game by the way he plays it.
So you call him out? You'll say, Ovi, get these guys fired up?
Yeah, once in a while, but once in a while, and he does. But most of the time, you don't have to. It's not like that. It's not like where you think, Anita, like don't blow this out of proportion. But I may say, this line's got to get going, or you got to get going. It could be anybody in the room. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he's a guy who takes that responsibility because he's the leader of the team. I'm impressed with like I said, I think number one in goals is he's chasing down Wayne Gretzky, which is unbelievable. Right. What is more amazing to me is that he's been one of the most physical hockey players in the history of the game. And so you're talking about somebody. I mean, think about that.
I know.
Durability. Not only could he be the greatest goal scorer of all time, he's going to be maybe tops in hits or up there in the top 2 or 3. Yeah. You add that combination and that element of the way somebody plays the game and the durability of it. It's unbelievable. I think it's unbelievable.
For sure.
Either one of the stats is pretty amazing, right? But you put them both together and you're like, wow.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, obviously nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody needs to be coached. But he just has such a passion for the game, so much enthusiasm. He's so great that I even wonder where you pick your spots. But obviously you know what you're doing.
It's awesome. Yeah. I mean, you're right. And when your team's not going, you can. There are leaders in the room. You can always go to the leaders and say, "Hey, let's get going here. We got to get going." But this is a veteran group, and the leadership is good inside of our room.